With the World Cup less than 2 months away, Mayor Lucas, Kansas City is still dealing with construction headaches, traffic concerns, added gratuity costs, mixed feelings from Kansas City residents, and now reports showing that hotel bookings are running way below projections. And at the same time, you're pushing to keep local control over bar hours instead of allowing nearly 24-hour alcohol service. So let me ask you plainly, Mayor Lucas, is Kansas City structurally and economically truly ready for the World Cup, or are we still trying to convince ourselves that we still are?
Of course, we are ready for the World Cup. I mean, look, I don't tend to live in the sky is falling approach to all those different things. First of all, part of the reason for the hotel bookings challenges is the price at which a lot of hotels are setting themselves. You are seeing Airbnbs that I think are multiple percentages above usual bookings where they're making good revenues. Hotels in cities all around us are doing incredibly well as relates to the World Cup. We have airplane bookings up. I think the airlines have added roughly 46,000 seats to flights through Kansas City. We're projecting sellouts for every night at Arrowhead Stadium. And importantly, right, I think I personally have been at a number of construction projects that have completed. Grand Avenue Bridge, which was open on Friday, 31st Street improvements, open on Friday. We'll have more openings at 18th and Vine, I believe, next week. Kansas City is not only ready, Kansas City is going to shine. And in connection with the bar and liquor hours, I don't find that to be particularly challenging as much as it is a very simple question of policy, which is being in a community where we know, and we've talked about it many Monday mornings, after we've had shootings, other violent crime incidents in our community near entertainment districts, how can we make sure that we're the most responsible for our guests? And whether that's a discussion that you had 6 months ago, or if you have a discussion a week before you're there, it's not really that materially challenging other than changing the schedule. We'll always stand up for public safety. We will always stand up for making sure our community is protected. But I think Kansas City stands far above all others in terms of being ready for the World Cup coming up.
Of course, Mayor Lucas had to say that. I know that he sees all these orange cones and construction around Kansas City whenever y'all get through. He can't publicly say, yeah, traffic is terrible and construction is everywhere. Yeah, we ain't ready. Of course he gonna say that. But nonetheless, though, um, y'all see what I see driving around the city, especially downtown, midtown, east side. There's just an ass load of construction, orange cones everywhere, detours everywhere. I just residents, getting tired of the shit. We're not ready yet. And yes, we are still 1 month out, and that's 1 month of work left that needs to be done. And have a lot of things been done already? Yes, there has been a lot of things accomplished. The city looks transformed in some sense. It looks new in some sense. Kind of has a feeling of anticipation of I don't know what the hell is finna happen. Or maybe that's just me. But politically, Mayor Lucas has to project confidence. But residents, we are driving through this reality every single day. And we see Westport, complete mess. When was the last time you driven through Westport? Yeah, it's been several months. Lee's Traffic Way, on the way to the stadiums on the east side, still a mess. Uh Main Street and downtown are cool or fine. There are parts of downtown that they're still working on and still trying to spit shine or whatever. For the most part, downtown and Main Street with the streetcar, those are fine and operating well. And there's really it's just limited. It's just so tight and congested now over there in Midtown. But then you also got people that's going to be pissed off about the mandatory gratuity. Let's do this one thing at a time. The mandatory gratuity, which I I don't know, dog. That could really really backfire. Because let's face it, man, with the reports of the visitation being very low or being below projections right now for the World Cup in Kansas City, that could really backfire. And I think a lot of businesses are really going to hate that. And there's going to be so many disputes on people's bills when they get them because people are going to be confused, going to be like, well, I thought this was $20 on the menu or whatever. And then your waitress is right there. Oh, we'll see. We got this, 17, 18%, whatever it is, gratuity that we have to add on because people from other countries just don't tip. And we get that, we understand that. But dog, that could really, really, really cause a lot of frustration with people who are just not used to that. First off, people hate tipping. And to add on a mandatory gratuity just because we're trying to, be of the other cultures that are coming into the town from other countries, and I get it, we respect it, we understand it, but this is just going to cause a major, major rift in so many situations, in so many restaurants during this time during the World Cup that they're going to institute this mandatory gratuity. Traffic, people bitch about the traffic now, and it's just regular Kansas City traffic. But man, if there is an extra influx of people who one don't know where the hell they going, two always on the phone and don't know where they going, three depending on their GPS, which is look, and if you're from here, that could be an advantage to us because we could take the back streets all day long, baby. But all of those combinations and plus other things, drunken driving, potential drunken driving. I hope not. But with look, reality is it is what it is. And with the influx of people, influx of alcohol, celebrations, and all of these things, we got to take these things into consideration. There's going to be an influx of Ubers and ride shares all over the place, and a lot of times they don't know where the hell they be going either. Still, these orange cones everywhere, all the detours, all the construction sites. Oh, I'm already getting a headache thinking about this right now. Already, people complain about the traffic now, but add on the World Cup and all of that stuff, it's just a stew of trouble and problems. So people, but 'cause people tolerate inconvenience when they see progress. Like when we see some shit getting built, it's like, oh, okay, they've been working on that and they doing that. It's just like in the United States, it just takes so long for things to get done sometimes. It's already frustrating dealing with this as it is, and we're not ready. And you adding on a centralized global entertainment event that's coming here. And then you add on the 23-hour liquor bar policy that Mayor Lucas don't want, which I get, I understand he doesn't want that in Kansas City. But like just as people, as residents who are already here, and you already see some of the issues that go on. Are you sure we want this? Are you sure this is a good idea? Because I'm not so sure that having bars open for 23 hours is a good idea here in Kansas City. We ain't ready for all that yet. It's like it's like giving your teenager and I look, it's like giving your teenager the keys to the Benz when they're 16 years old and they freshly got that license. Like, all right, man, this is a special occasion. You've been doing okay. Here's the keys to the biz. Let's see if you can be responsible. And other adults like Las Vegas, New York, Miami, LA, they know how to handle these responsibilities, I believe, probably a little better than Kansas City would when it comes to having a certain discipline of not wilding the hell out when you got 23-hour liquor bar policy. You know what I'm saying? That these bars and restaurants or whatever can be open 23 hours serving alcohol. I don't think that's the greatest idea. Like I just see so many issues with this. We are already acting a fool without a round the clock license to drink. You think things are, I'm just imagining all the issues that could happen, dog. Like early morning drunken driving. Like, not saying that that's not going on now because it probably is, but you just giving people more access to do these things. I'm just not sure this is the best idea because we can barely control ourselves now with the limitations and rules that we have now. What bars and clubs got to stop serving liquor. Some have 3 a.m. licenses, some have 2 a.m. licenses, but I don't think it's past 3 a.m. So I'm concerned about that. I really am. It could be a public safety issue, a public safety hazard with possible violence, just just overall recklessness going on in the city. I don't know. Along with the infrastructure problems that we have with the visitation being low, with the hotel bookings being low, the Airbnb bookings being low, because if y'all they trying to hustle the Airbnb game in Kansas City. See, y'all not slick. Y'all not slick trying to charge extra, trying to charge y'all boy, y'all taxing these people coming in from out of town. Y'all didn't think that they would catch on to that Well, they did. And of course, and then I gotta add this on too, because just to be a full responsible, full perspective on everything, of course, globally, we see what's going on around the world with the wars, with gas being high, with travel being unpredictable and being high, with certain things being uncertain in certain countries, violence and wars and stuff. Like, that's probably the biggest reason, honestly, on why people are not coming to the World Cup like they thought they would. I don't think people expected, a lot of people around the globe expected all of what's transpired the past several months with all of the conflict and everything that's going on. So, I mean, you got to add that into it, because that's a big factor, dog, and why people are not traveling and why they not come here for the World Cup. It is what it is with that. This World Cup, will it be anarchy, or will Kansas City actually have a light to shine in front of the world? I don't know, dog. It'll be an interesting case study, I think, on the future of this city and what it will look like.